Well, what's the crack, everybody? How are you doing? You're all very welcome along. I know, pure late, as per fucking usual, but I'm getting a bit more of a handle on what's going on. We have guests locked in and all the rest of it. So it's you're all very welcome to the Ramble Pod for number 68 we're on. Okay. The Ramble Pod is 2 days late, and I was supposed to have a guest this week. And I do have a guest this week, but he got called into a rugby team that he was just after landing a gig with. So we rescheduled for the end of the month. So, for Halloween. And I just didn't have time. I just didn't have time to go and get another guest. So, yeah, you can't really argue. It's like when Leinster Rugby come call and go, yeah, listen, we'd like to employ you immediately. Like, yeah, no bother. No bother at all. But that's alright. We've got some nice guests lined up over the next couple of weeks. Owen Colgan is coming back to the podcast. Hardy Bucks, Owen Colgan. Rosso Carl Kelly, author. Paul Howard is coming on. And yeah, we'll have Dennis Leamy is coming back on. So, I say coming back on, he hasn't been on before, but he will be on. So that's it. I don't normally reveal the guests because I like to keep an air of mystery. But fuck it. We're all in this together. Thank you very much. Oh, Jesus, yeah. Thank you very much to the Patreons. Because Storm Lorenzo. Today is, I'm all over the fucking map. Today is the 3rd of October, 2019. What's the fucking crack? Storm Lorenzo. So the internet has been absolutely being a total cunt. So I'm just recording this filming-wise. I'm filming this. I'm recording it, obviously, as I am, but I'm filming it, and that'll be up on the Patreon page. So, if you prefer to look at a person's face, which sometimes some people do, they prefer to just see faces talking, if you're at work or whatever, and all the rest of it. I need to get more interactive with being able to put up what I'm talking about on the screen, because when I'm scrolling through and things like that, that's the thing to be learned another time. I have a couple of weeks off working between Caveman Plays and the Panto. And I say a couple of weeks off. I'm still in the Laughter Lounge a bunch and have a couple of other gigs lined up. So, and I'm sure herself will have plenty of stuff for me to do. It's all been going good. Oh yes, we'd opening night. We'd fucking opening night in Bray. Thank you very much. Fucking class bunch of bastards that came out. Thank you very, very much. I was supposed to be in Derry tonight, but there ain't no way that's going ahead with the storm that's going on, about to go on. So I don't know if they're going to reschedule it or what's the crack. But Cavan tomorrow night is still definitely going ahead because the old Storm Lorenzo should have fucked off by then. And then the Burr Theatre on the following night. Yeah, Burr the following night. So that should be good fucking crack. Yeah, it was. Oh my God. I've heard people talk about, do you know, they just really loved me. And you're like, you never get that from stand-up. You just don't. You don't. Like, you get people kind of going, yeah, I'm fucking enjoying this. Even people that are fucking creased, you know. Like, what was it? One of the last gigs I did was in Galway. Like, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. Like, people were fucking high-fiving. But there was, nobody felt. You see, I suppose you're on a comedy lineup too. I suppose it's different. I've done my own shows too. But this was because there's a bit of production gone into this. And I suppose people did appreciate there's a lot of words and it's a play to learn, one man playing. You have kept them on their toes for the entire thing. And there is a production, there's lighting, there's sound effects, you know, there's underscore music, there's fucking actual props, and it is an actual stage. It was the maddest thing, like, from the get-go, they're fucking on it with you. It's like, oh, right, so there's no... In stand-up, you see, you kind of... Especially if you're doing a comedy club or whatever, and the whole audience doesn't know you. Because, I'm not fucking famous, but if the whole audience doesn't know you, you're kind of on the back foot. You are. I mean, yeah, okay, if you're going on a headliner spot, or it doesn't really matter. You're kind of on the back foot, because there's something in a lot of people's heads that go, I could do that. Do you know? Because they've just seen you with a microphone, especially like in the likes of the International, which is great. I love doing it without a microphone, because it's a small room. But I think they may have to get a microphone in there, because there isn't. What I noticed in the International is you get a lot more people coming up going, do you know what I mean? Gas there, and I'm only helping you out here now. Now it's drunk cunts, like one of the last days. I think I was telling you, I was on with Ali O'Rourke. She's transsexual stand-up. New enough to the scene. But it was mad, this woman came out and was like, do you know, I don't know if you do the whole criticism thing, but I'm going to tell you, you do this, you know, I mean, you do the whole, I'm trying to sing, you're very brave. But if you want to be accepted as a girl, I mean, maybe we should just do, more female style material. In other words, I'm really uncomfortable with what you were talking about, but I'm such a fucking hypocrite and psychopath that I'm actually going to come out and fucking bark criticism into your face. Do you know what I mean? But what I'm saying is, she felt totally okay to do that. Like, that would almost never happen at the Laughter Lounge. Now, in saying that, the one question I ever got, I think I've talked about it a bunch of times with guests and all the rest, where a fella came up and asked me if I said the N-word, when I didn't fucking say anything fucking close to it. But his fucking racist white girlfriend, she was racist too, because if she heard it, if you're hearing things like that, that means you're fucking racist. Nobody else in the room heard. Anyway, but that, ironically, but you would normally never hear it because it's a big production. You know what I mean? People are looking, there's lights, there's fucking music, you're up at a big stage, you're rocking it to 300, 400, 500 people. You know, people are like, oh yeah, I fucking couldn't do that. You know, to a degree, people are thinking that. And then you get to, like, when you do a fucking play, like I did the other night. Like, I've been practicing my balls off of this thing, but I only ever thought about it in stand-up terms. I was like, yeah, is this strong enough here? Is this fucking, has this been overcooked on this one? Is the, you over-egging the pudding a bit here? Well, it turns out I was fucking wrong, because the light went out at the end, obviously, when it's right at the end, it finishes with the lights out. Like, fucking, the entrance to the ring for fucking Conor McGregor or whatever, but lights out. 3 seconds later, lights back up, everybody's on their feet. Fucking applauding like I'm the greatest thing. Fucking cheering. Like, what? I didn't do... What? Okay. I mean, you couldn't possibly have known the fucking work that went into this, so you're just impressed by what you saw on the face of it. Nobody... I know, like, the gang of fucking people who were waiting outside afterwards, not to tell me where they think I went wrong. Or where I could have improved. But just for fucking pictures and shit. You're like, oh yeah, okay. Now, I mean, that's look, I'm talking about the two extremes here, like, where not everybody, most people are just like fucking class. But you could definitely see there wasn't even a fucking chink of light for somebody to fucking go, do you know, I like what you did there, but what I'd like you to do for me the next time you're doing this is do it this way. Nothing of that. It was just like, I appreciate that this is the performance and that's how it goes. And I suppose the other side of that too is stand-up looks like it comes straight out of your head. You know what I mean? And a lot of time it does. But most of the time, it did at some point. But, if it'd be just fucking gobbledygook, because that's how, you gotta fucking put some shape to stuff. Anyway, but thank you very, very much. So if anybody's coming to, people have been sending me, if you've gotten screen grabs of your tickets, do send them on to me. Now, some lads have just gone, I just rang up and bought them, Tom. It's like, no problem. I'm just being, because people have messaged saying, I've got tickets for such and such, and I'm like, send me a screen grab. And they went, I just used the phone, Tom, and rang like a fucking grown adult. It's like, oh, I like that. I like that shit where you actually turn up and buy tickets, or you ring up and buy tickets. That's fucking old school class, isn't it? There's something classy about that than just being a total dirtbird. Oh, you fucking knacker. How long did that fucking play for? Oh. Yeah. Fucking camera went tits. Alright, well, the only thing I can do is release this, even the fucking camera is giving me a fucking dose. It keeps on trying to link to the internet. That's the fucking problem. But the internet is shite. So I will get this. Like, it'll be grand. But to hold a stream sounds filthy, doesn't it? To hold a stream for filming is fucking pants. Especially like with the fucking wind that's howling outside. It's fucking rank. So I'll just release this a little early as a thank you to the Patreon people. Patreon. If you haven't heard of Patreon, it's a way to just contribute towards a show that's already free. Because obviously nothing is free for somebody creating something. It'd be great if this was completely free, but there's not. There's all sorts of fees and shit. You got to pay to upload this stuff every time. Every second week is like, we've taken a chunk of money out of here. It's like, oh, thank you. But that's just what it is to put up a fucking podcast. You got to do that. And it helps if people want to contribute. Because if we all contribute a little bit, it covers the fucking costs of the thing. And things like fucking bullshit that I don't have to fucking do. And also, you know what I mean? I got some banging guests lined up. And I got to buy them biscuits. I got to buy them coffees. And all the rest of it. So that's all. You know what I mean? I know it sounds minimalistic stuff, but fucking reality is the fees to host these fucking things on the different sites and all the rest of it. And I want to upgrade the mics. I like them. They're grand. And they're going to be fine for some of the on the road stuff. Like I wanted to do some podcasting over the Galway Comedy Festival, but I'm just not going to have time. I'm going to be doing too much of the fucking caveman. But I will be over there. Anybody who's from the Galway, I'll be doing spots, like, you know what I mean. I'm not going to be doing shows. I'll be doing spots, so I'll be doing 20s or whatever. But I think people have their tickets gotten to a few of them. I'm doing 2 up there the opening night. Fuck. Excuse me. I'm having to keep the youngfellas inside getting fed at the minute. Fuck. I'm not wrecked, but I think my brain is just a bit cooked. More so because it is fucking play. But yeah, the time of the night stuff is like, right, this is the thing, is it? Apparently it wears off after a while. Fuck off. Jesus Christ, I thought I turned this shit down. But yeah, I won't really be doing it's a town hall theatre. People, nice amount of people from Galway are sending me tickets. People from Limerick sending me tickets, so it would seem out west of the country may have to fucking tee up a few more. Seem to be just people contacting me, sending me screen grabs and stuff like that, just that they've been to that they're after getting their tickets. So I mean, it isn't a contribution to the podcast, but if you do want to come see Defending the Caveman, which I can now guarantee you, because you don't know, you don't fucking know until you road test something, but it is funny, people fucking like it. It's a fucking hard sell, do you know that? Because it is the fucking name. The name, while, you know, it's a long running play and all the rest, and we've changed the fuck out of it. We have, I would say there's only about 50% of what I got in the fucking email. There's only about 50 to 60%. It's maybe 50% I've changed. Sharpened it here, tightened it there, added a bit here, taken a big chunk out there, added a big chunk in here, just to make it fucking sharp, funny, and palatable, like, you know what I mean? Because, but the fucking name of it is a tough sell, because men don't buy tickets to the theatre. Fucking rarely do men buy tickets to the theatre. You know, I wonder should I start it's a bit of a production, so trying to put it on in comedy clubs is a disaster. It ain't going to happen. It's only a handful in the country that could actually fucking house it. It's a tough fucking sell, Defending the Caveman. Really, the show's name should be Explaining Cave People in a fucking gas way. That's essentially what it is. But it was written in the late 90s, you know, and it was kind of fucking, I think guys were coming under fucking pressure. And you see right now, and even the fucking blurb on it, I'm going to have to get that fucking blurb changed. As the blurb is like, isn't it gas how fucking men and tires and men women reading map? Fuck all that. I'm going to get it fucking changed. Because that ain't what it's about. It's about fucking, hey, did you wonder why you were ever fucking doing this? Well, this is fucking why. And here's a right bit of crack to go with it. That's essentially it. It's way fucking, like, there's almost, because it would put fucking women up in their fucking shackles. Like, you see something like Menopause the Musical, same company that own Caveman right now, own Menopause the Musical. They did 108 fucking nights on their last run. 108 nights around the UK. Average theatre, 1,800 people. To 2,500 to 5,000 seaters. They sold out completely. About 1% of that audience probably was men. Only because they were dragged along. Because the average groups were just groups of women. Because women will buy stuff. Like this, do you know what I mean? And it's all in the fucking name too. It's all in the name. Like if you were called, it should have been called fucking Defending the Cave Woman. There is a Defending the Cave Woman now. I think it's running in, which will sell like fucking hotcakes. But because it sounds kind of like women are on the negative turn and blokes are kind of getting a pat in the back, it's a bit of a fucking hard sell. But there's nothing you can fucking do about it. But like I said, like there's one, she got Wine O'Clock, or like if you can crowbar in what would you call it? I suppose frailties. You know what I mean? In the female psyche, if you can, not frailties, but like I suppose, what is, what do you call them? What do you call them? It's like you're hidden. Oh fuck! If you like a shit movie and you don't want to tell anybody about it, what is it? It's my guilty pleasure. Yeah, like or guilty pleasure, or just any. If you can anything associative, that is kind of gas. Like if you can, like I said, if you can crowbar wine, some form of alcohol, female-related alcohol, into your title, have a look around. There's a lot of them, and if you can crowbar in an alcohol, that women like, typically women like putting in fucking beer o'clock. Do you know what? Maybe I will write a play called Beer O'Clock, because there's definitely been a few wine o'clocks and a fucking few wines and Prosecco's and all that. If it's the smart way to go, because women can relate immediately. Apparently, I honestly thought it was a bit fucking lowbrow when I started seeing those things. I'm like, oh Jesus Christ, women don't go for that, do they? They don't buy that fucking on the back. Oh, whoa, they do. Sellout tour, right? Okay. I didn't. All right. Like there's a woman, she's got one now on the go called Absolutely Flabulous. I mean, perfect. I mean, I don't know if she'll be done for copyright from Absolutely Fabulous, but perfect name, huh? You know what I mean? Because you're going after those frailties of, oh God, you had a bit of a flab there, and it's going to be funny. Night out for the girls. Like you'd see it. You'd see the comments under even this. Well, we have a night out here. It's never blokes. Even when, so it is a kind of a hard sell, but it's doing well. I'm amazed, because we were going to take a loss this time around, but I don't think it's going to fucking come at that. Because this thing is not going away. We're going to tour the fuck out of it. So, it's interesting because we haven't gone out into the countryside. Anyway, enough about that fucking thing. See, this is my fucking brain is just completely taken over by it. And I probably need to bust out and do some fucking stand-up somewhere. Just in the snaky snake. Give me no snaky snake about it. So, yeah, Storm fucking Lorenzo. I don't know. I hate storms that have cool names, because I can't feel bad about them. Like, you know what I mean? If it was Storm fucking Agnes or Gertrude, yeah, fuck you, or Storm fucking Brendan. Even though, but if it's, a normal name, you're like, yeah, just fuck off, Storm, because you can get sour at that. But some Storm rocks up and it's like, hello, my name is Lorenzo. You're like, oh, Jesus. Oh, take the house. You're grand, you gas bastard, you. Lorenzo, Jesus Christ, he's gassing to. Huh? But some, Storm fucking Penelope shows up, you're like, oh, what the fuck? My wheelie bin's down the end of the fucking garden now. Storm John shows up and fucks your cat across the road. You're like, fuck you, John. But then you fucking Lorenzo shows up and you're like, stop. Huh? Sure, I'm in another county now, but sure, he's a gas bastard. Yeah. Half the town killed, but sure, it is Lorenzo. And that's the thing, you can see, I'm joking, because you can see it. People are going, Lorenzo, it's gas, isn't it? Storm Lorenzo, Storm. But I swear to God, as soon as you put like the name that could possibly be a school teacher on it, like you're never, you see, an Irish person is never going to have a school teacher called Lorenzo. Unless it's his fucking nickname that he doesn't know about, so it's just, as soon as I wonder, is that the case, like when a storm pops up, like in Mexico or whatever, and it's Storm Sinead, that they go, oh my God. I feel so, I don't know why I suddenly went into a Brazilian fucking gay dude. I wonder, is that the case when it's a bit more stylish, like Storm Emer? Oh my God. Oh, Storm Dunnick. Oh Lord. I wrote notes down and everything for this. I don't even know where I fucking put them. Yeah. Everybody's having a go at poor old Greta. I don't know, like, I see, I missed the whole Greta move. Twitter is a fucking cesspool. Like, people are just shouting back and forth like it's a real place. And I'd love to just set up this actual Twitter wars. Like, book out a fucking Croke Park for a day and set up. How good would that be? Like, just pen the whole thing out like they do, in those big fairs and stuff where they're, for sheep. Just pen the whole thing out. You don't need to use expensive fucking actual boxing ring rope or anything. Just pen the whole thing out. Croke Park, down on the main field, I reckon, what? Maybe 2 metre by 2 metre fucking rings. Because you want people in tight, proper fucking scrap. Or maybe, 4 metre by 4 metre, all the way across. You maybe get fucking 500 fights going on at the one time. And that's Twitter. And at any one time, somebody can fucking be tagged in through a bell. And you can just fucking let them in. Because, yeah, how fucking class would that be? Actual Twitter. You know what I mean? And like if you went back down through these fucking people who are just barking back and forth at each other, and people who are jumping on and then fucking barking back and forth at them. If you could just actually take their history for the last week, we'll say, go, right, well, you have to live by your fucking word. In you go. Tops off, you cunt. Start fighting. Huh? That wouldn't be long of fucking putting softening some people's coughs. Everybody's such a hard cunt. I just watch Twitter just going, you all think you're hard cunts. And look at the chicken neck on you. Huh? Half a fucking slap and that wattly fucking neck would just start shaking first. If you just hit like one or two of these fucking politician cunts from fucking, who are just banging the fucking Brexit drum, and you just going, like, you have come from an environment that does not know what it is to take a slap. Like one hard fucking shot to the fucking, not even a clean one, just into the ear. You'd first see it start to rattle down. That waddly bit that comes underneath like mid-40-year-old blokes' necks that have eaten too much foie gras and fucking stuff. Did they call it a wattle? Is that what they call it? Like a wattle? Because turkeys have a wattle. That's what it's called. The jiggly bit underneath. An old lad I used to work with is a fucking legend, Dick Shelley. He used to call it a fucking nappy. Huh? I'm 64 years of age, Tommy, and I don't have one of them cunting fucking nappies under my neck. And he didn't. He had a jaw like fucking Desperate Dan. He had a man's jaw. Cowboy jaw. But you see these guns back and forth, you're like, let's fucking have it. Let's fucking have it. Now, you notice fucking Putin isn't on Twitter, because that motherfucker's a black belt in judo. He'd be pulling the heads off lads. But aside, leaving it, I'm not talking about the upper echelons, like the people we all know. I'm talking about these tirade of fucking absolute wank stains, men and women. The shit they're able to give each other. Well, I think you'll find. The right honourable cunty cunt is right over. Ow. And these, I'm not just talking about British, I'm talking about Irish, American, and all these motherfuckers. That's the way to do it. I reckon have the Twitter game fights. Twitter fight games. Twitter games. Twites? Maybe I don't need to shorten it. Twitter fights. And every week I have it like fucking The Running Man. Fight to the fucking death. The Running Man. Do you remember that with Arnold Schwarzenegger? That shit was way ahead of its time when you think about it. Like, they could do that now and make a fucking class movie out of it. All that was holding them back was technology and shit. But I remember fucking loving that. It's a great idea. It's a game show. And they were streets ahead of their time, because essentially that's what we're doing. We're fucking up people's lives. Love Island. You're giving people fucking, I suppose, jobs that they will never ever have had before. Like this one from Longford. She's actually got a job now being herself, which is the most phenomenal fucking thing you've ever heard, isn't it? What do you do? Nothing. What's your talents? I can play the tin whistle. Right. But how are you getting paid? Oh, well, I just show up and I'm me. Fuck. Nice. So you don't perform, you don't, nothing. Really? Fuck me. So that's it. You get paid for, just get paid for being me. Now, if you wouldn't mind, I'm already up to about 200 quid here as I'm talking to you. Fuck. But yeah, there we go. Twitter fight wars. Let them all into fuck. Okay, not to fuck. Because you've seen, there are no good looking cunts in fucking politics. But it's just, not just politics, all these fucking absolute right and left wing fucking wank bags. I know what's right, and if you don't fucking agree with my rightness or my fucking leftness as I am right, you are a fucking terrible human. You're literally fucking Hitler right now because you have a different thought process to me. You fucking are. Well, you're literally a fucking cloud because, you don't agree with me. How about we all just fight? See, this is the thing. People haven't been in enough fucking fights.
Speaking of which, shit. After I had such a good night on Friday night in fucking Bray, I came home to find Twitter had told me that friend of the podcast, Richard Kiley, took a knockout knee to the chin. I think it was the second round from Michael Venom Page. He was supposed to be on as well. We couldn't make it happen, unfortunately. But we'll get him on. We'll get him on. He's a good man to chat. He actually wrote a very funny tweet. He was like, well, that was shite. I'd say his fucking knee is killing him. Oh, it was a fucking crisp enough one. It was weird. Like, he got him on the side of the jaw, but he kind of just stumbled backwards and that was it, really. But your man fucking Venom Page, he's such a fucking... Like, he's an incredible athlete. There's no doubt. He can pull off fucking stuff all over the place, like some sort of cartoon character. But he's such a fucking knacker. He starts sticking up his fingers, because Kylie stumbled a bit to fall down. He started doing the whole stumbling thing. Like, you don't know if a fella's fucking gotten brain damage or something in that moment. You do the cool thing like Mark Hunt. You see somebody dropping, you turn your back and you walk away back over to your corner. You don't follow, you know. But instead, he starts sticking up his fingers. He's like, oh, God. And this guy's giving out, he's saying he doesn't get paid enough because he's black. It's like, if you keep your fucking shit together, dude, and stop being so, such a fucking lunatic. At the beginning, you can be all that when you're at the top. Look at Conor McGregor. You can be all that at the top. But right at the fucking, the middle, yeah, okay, you're headlining Bellator, but you're not at the fucking top of UFC. You can't be fucking acting a cunt. Turns out you can be acting a cunt when you get to the top of the UFC. But right now, nah, you can't, lad. It's got nothing to do with being black. Look at John Jones, for fuck's sake. The man could have set fire to fucking a whole orphanage and he'd still get invited back to the fucking UFC. So, you know what I mean. Relax, lad. I had a major... I was over at I started off talking about fucking Greta. I missed the whole thing, and all of a sudden everybody seems to be angry at this child, or angry at who put her up. So, look, whether she's an actor or not, it's who gives a like if you buy into what she's saying or you don't. Like, if you're that fucking weak of a fucking human that you're going, how dare you fucking say these things? How dare you? What? And people are saying, oh well, she shouldn't have been put up there to speak and stuff. She's 16. What the fuck are you talking about? Huh? I was driving fucking 200 horsepower fucking tractors at 16. I could have killed a fucking bunch of people. It's just a young one talking words. What are you fucking clowning about? She's saying climate change is fucked. It fucking is. We're sitting here with one of the worst storms that's about to head up our fucking holes here in a second. I had to cancel. Gigs are fucking being cancelled all over the country. So if that's climate change, fuck you, climate change. It's just a child talking. Again, people getting very fucking stressed about people talking. Stop fucking getting stressed about people talking. Just, unless the child is telling you to go out and do something that you don't want to do. And that would appear to be what it seems to be annoying people. She's going, go out to fuck and plant a fucking tree, you cunts. I'm guessing in the long haul, that's what she's talking about. Go out and fucking plant a tree. Stop trying to make such greedy fucking money. And people are going, this is a fucking evil child. I don't know. She seems sound enough. I don't know. I haven't looked into it enough. I just came out of the rehearsal fucking, my own little fucking echo chamber of rehearsalness, where it's an unhealthy place to be when you don't. But you can't take in anything else because your fucking head will just fill up. But at least the play is in there now and it's jammed into its own little spot. It's great. But yeah, you totally lose touch. I came out all of a sudden one day and it's like everybody's giving out about this child. Relax to fuck. Anyway, is she 16? Here, at fucking 16, you're old enough to drive in a lot of states in America. You're old enough to drive, like I said, a fucking tractor. A 200 horsepower fucking tractor. So, I don't know. I was shooting guns at 16. Yeah, I was only, I was. Oh, wait, I do have something to fucking, yes, I knew it. I'd fucking something written down. Jesus Christ, we're never out of fucking newspapers. It just popped up again. The old, I did the Sunday Independent, which I was talking about there last week or whatever. But then the old man, not the old man, but the old man, Tom Senior. He turns up in the Irish Examiner at the weekend. Or no, it's Tuesday. He was basically, we knew he was going to be part of this book where this woman was going around Ireland and she was meeting just people who were close to 100 and getting their stories and stuff. And she actually was in the space of 1 week, I've been on Ireland AM, and then Ireland AM
within 4 or 5 days, the author was on, and she quoted the part of the book that Tom O'Mahony Sr. was on. And then, lo and behold, they went, you know what, his bit is a nice bit. They stuck a picture of it, and there he is in the fucking Examiner. I'm like, the fucker couldn't let me have a week. He couldn't let me have a week in the national newspapers when he jumped into his own national newspaper. Well, by Jesus. Huh? Just crowbarring, but delighted for the old fecker. He was, I think, that's great. Fucking great. You know what I mean? It's cool to celebrate. And he's still got all his marbles and everything. It's fantastic. But I did have a few people onto me. Now, this is where it gets fucking weird. I don't know if anybody follows me on Twitter or Instagram. Of course I do. There's a fucking bunch of people. What kind of a statement was that to fucking say, Tom? If you don't, go over, have a look at my Instagram page and tell me I'm not a fucking lunatic. Because the amount of times, because I must have one of those weird fucking faces that people draw that are easy to draw or something, I don't know, for computer games and shit. Because the amount of times through 1 year that I will get messaged with random things from like posters in Japan or go, is this you selling fucking coconut flowers with a fucking panda? Hichi, kiji wishy, digi wishy dosh, oi. That was me. But it's not. It's never me. It never ever looks like me. Cartoons, I never ever. I'm like, I don't know what you're seeing, lads, but I'm not fucking seeing it until this Sunday. Sunday just gone. I was over at a friend of the podcast, Paul Marsh's house, and he went, oh, "Fuck." We had dinner, and he said, "Fuck." I'm just adding that back. He says, "I have to show you something." I went, "All right, what is it?" He goes, "You're in a computer game." I went, "Oh, fuck off, Paul. Listen, this." He goes, "I'm fucking telling you, come in and have a look at this." Turns on Call of Duty. Now, I don't play computer games for two reasons. One, I'm a 38-year-old man. Two, to cancel the first one, I've got addiction problems when it comes to computer games. It doesn't matter what age you are. I have fucking severe fucking problems. I cannot have a computer console in the house because I will. If you think there'll ever be a fucking podcast, forget it. You think I'd ever fucking even make it outside the house to fucking not a hope. I'd be living in my mother's fucking dining room. I wouldn't have a wife or child. I'd be fucking pissing into bottles, and I'd be about 45 stone, and my online handle would be Lord fucks a lot. As I would be drying my own titties. I cannot play computer games because I fucking love computer games. I don't know anything about them because it's been a good 12, 13 years since I've properly gone at computer games. And I you know, cold turkey, lads, had to walk the fuck away from it. I gave somebody the Xbox at the time and just walked away and just, I cannot do this. But he turns on Call of Duty, World War II. Already I'm getting excited. I'm like, fuck you all. It's all guns and shit. Next thing he goes, now look at this option of picking this character. And I swear to fuck, straight away, what the Jesus. Have a look at my Instagram page, Tom O'Mahony Comedy, if you don't fucking believe me. Or if you do or don't believe me, have a look and just tell me I'm a lunatic. Because even I couldn't get a proper, you know, it's because it's pixelated, because it wasn't a great picture on it. If you have Call of Duty World War II, I don't know who this soldier is. Who this soldier? Who this? I got very, very fucking ghetto there for a second. Have a fucking look and tell me who that. The fucker is. They have robbed my face. I don't give a fuck. Same old busted fucking side of my lip, where I got fucking 8 stitches on the inside. Same fucking kink in my fucking nose. Same everything. Because I was just looking at it going, "Are you?" He goes, "Doesn't it?" And everybody that was in the house roamed in. Then there was like another 4 people came into the room and went, "Holy sweet Jesus Christ!" And like the floodgates fucking opened. Then I started getting fucking pictures of people. Now a lot of them are harsh shit, like pictures of people that I don't look anything like. But okay, so I'm white and have thick fair hair. But then Mickey Bartlett, friend of the podcast, 2-time guest. I'd be yawning. 2-time guest put up a picture of Grand Theft Auto online. He was like, I'm in a computer game. I'm like, fuck off, Mickey. But to be fair, when I looked at it, I went, okay, it does look a bit like Mickey. Yeah, I can take that. But I didn't really look at it. And then 4 or 5 times people must have screen grabbed it. And even somebody wrote it. But they sent it to me. I went, is this you? Fuck me. I put this one up as well. Like, the body, I've a bit of a better rig than fucking Mickey, you know what I mean? And your man in this picture. I know I say marginally better. I ain't ripped or not. I ain't taking my shirt off in a fucking hurry. Because I have respect for other fucking humans. But have a fucking gander at this. Because the fucker has my same busted mouth, same fucking gammy nose, same fucking owl jaw. And kind of my same fucking male pattern baldness, kind of widow's peak thing going on. I don't know, it's fucking... Like a friend of mine who's in computer games, like he's one of the designers on Metal Gear Solid. I went to school, I haven't seen the man in years and years, but I messaged him and tagged him and I'm like, dude, is this a thing? He went, yeah. No, I didn't go into any great depth, and if anybody knows anything about, your face rights, I know I've probably definitely handed them over at some stage, but like, do they actually steal people's faces for computer games, or do they develop brand new pictures? Brand new faces. It just so happens to be that by pure fluke, whoever drew that face on whatever, about I leave, like Mickey was kind of taking, he's like, nah, man, you can't have Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto. So I'll leave him have Grand Theft Auto, but have a fucking look at it. I still put it up on my Instagram. But have a look at the Call of Duty one. Somebody's fucking, it's either a ridiculous fucking coincidence, or somebody has definitely fucking robbed my face. If the people listening out there know how these games get developed, please tell me. Do they rob people's faces? Is there like a catalogue of faces that have been fucking sold down through years in the black market? Or my face was sold one time and I clicked, I agree to all terms at the bottom, at the bottom of some fucking app, or when we all made our faces really old there about 6 months ago. Did we all agree to sell our faces? I don't know. But I don't know how old this game is. But I'm fucking on it. It's fucking me. Of course, I did try to contact the fucking game makers, whoever made, because that was what my mate said. He goes, just tweet them and see what they say. They didn't say it. They didn't fucking, when you have like 1.4 million followers too, not every tweet it's gonna fucking pop up in your timeline. Quickly, I need to get the fuck out of here. I did realise, oh yeah. So we'd been, and this is one that's been sent out to me a couple of times, and I'm fucking delighted that so I asked the question. Let's break it all fucking down. People get lost in the fog of things that happen. You know what I mean? They go, oh, but a thing is happening, and it's just fucking happening, and we need to stop or help this thing that's happening. But you need to go, how you stop a fucking problem or solve a problem is find first what the cause of the fucking problem is. You know what I mean? And that sounds very basic. But it's the engineering code 101. What the fuck is pumping out of that fucking drain, and why the fuck is it? How the fuck is it pumping out of it? Because if you understand how the fuck is pumping out of it, you know how to fucking stop it. You don't just keep on throwing rocks at a hole in the side of a pipe in the hope that you're going to fucking stop it. Because that's essentially what people are doing when it comes to things like Brexit. They're not going, hold on 1 second now. Hold on. Will we just keep on throwing cats at this hole in a pipe that's pissing fucking... Or will we go look down the end of the pipe and see what caused this fucking... Why is there fucking toxic shit coming out of this pipe? It's not supposed to be even in that pipe. Oh, look, let's walk fucking down the yard. Down the yard a small bit. Oh, there's a tap that's wide open. Let's shut that tap off first. Now we can fix it. But people sent me on all sorts of long litanies as to how Brexit come about. How did it come about? And after watching that show, The Great Fucking Hack, which will creep the shit out of you on Netflix, how they can just fucking lean with the right amount of money, the right amount of targeted fucking marketing, because phones are in our faces now. People don't understand how voting works these days, but these motherfuckers do. At Analytica, Cambridge Analytica understood how voting works. What they just need to do is just keep tap, 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 tap on the side of your head with something, and you, unbeknownst to you, subconsciously, you'll go, yes, I will vote that way. And that's just, it's out of your fucking hands. And I was trying to think, who the fuck? Because clearly Brexit's so mad. Like, the handful of people that go, they're going, like, I've gotten emails from people going, it's actually a good thing. And you're like, really? And, is it, what was wrong before? How bad were things before?
But anyway, I got sent on a few things, and I couldn't really work out. Fucking, there was a lot of reading. I don't have time for a lot of reading about who's making money and how are they making money. Somebody, that's the fucker that drives everything, fucks up everything. Somebody's making money. Like I talked about that time when UKIP were on the fucking rise, and a bloke approaches me after a gig in fucking Brussels. He's like, "Hey, I'd love you to write for me. I'd love you to write me speeches. I'm a UKIP MEP." I'm like, what? And fucking what? I didn't in the end because UKIP disbanded. But I would have fucking loved to, just for the crack. But I talked about that. I've talked about it a gazillion times in the past. But he, but again, I said, "What are you doing?" It's all, don't let anybody know, but it's all money. That's the only reason why any of us are all in this. No, none of us are good guys. I'm like, oh. He says the good guys get fucking trampled on. That's the sad thing about politics. The good people who genuinely have the entire fucking country or in mind. No. The fellas who have really good fucking sales pitches and just loads of it. So it came around anyway. And the amount of shit I've been sent and stuff, way too much reading. And a brief explanation as to one particular cunt who's after, this is how Brexit and why Brexit came about. So this is fabulous. He's got the fucking head of a pedo anyway. Meet British hedge fund manager Crispin O'Day. Oh my God, Crispin. Jesus Christ. You fucking eat Crispin, I can tell you. This fucker eats a lot of Crispin. What kind of fucking hell? You're going to send your kid out to school with a name like Crispin. You could be guaranteed it wasn't a fucking rough school he went to. Mr. O'Day donated £870,000 to Leave campaigns, then made £220 million when Leave won by betting against the pound. You can't. Mr. O'Day donated 10,000 to Boris Johnson and 9,000 to Jacob Rees-Mogg and over 1.7 million to Brexit supporting parties and politicians in total. Mr. O'Day has now bet £350 million against UK firms and is set to make a fortune if we get no deal. This is what a real traitor looks like. Oh my good fuck. So it's just a betting game. They rigged the fucking game and then bet against it. Oh, sweet Jesus. Yeah. Fuck me. He rigged the game by fucking pumping money into it. And then bet against the game. Fuck. Like, even, it seems to be totally legal to do what he did. But even when you say it out like that, any casino would fucking bar you for life. You know what I mean? Jesus. Well, there you go. That makes perfect sense. I'd only scanned over that the other day. I hadn't read it. I was like, oh, this looks fucking good. So there you go. That answers my fucking question. That's how Brexit came about. We knew it was money. It's just who was making the fucking move. Did you like that? Who was making the move? I'm fucking delighted with that one now. Ireland are playing rugby in a minute. I'm probably going to have to burp this child, I would imagine. Quick one. Everybody that contacted me about the ribs. You know what? I've got a very simple thing. I'm going to explain to you real quick. People are going, how you doing the fucking ribs? How the fuck are them ribs looking so fucking juicy? Well, you see, I was fuck acting around before, and I was listening to all these cunts that were on the internet. They were all talking about, how you gotta go ahead, how you doing? It's JT here from KT Barbecues. How you doing, guys? You come on over here, we're gonna be smoking some ribs tonight. You're like, okay, cool. And the ribs were so fucking hard to get right. I mean, really fucking right. To get them, like, you do 5-6 hours, and yeah, they'd be cracking, and they'd be, going nice, and they get nice and tender, and you have to put fucking water in to steam them and smoke them and all the rest of it. I was going, hold on. There's next to no meat in fucking ribs anyway. Relative than a fucking slab of meat, This is fucking not right. We need to fucking do something a bit fucking handier. What'll we fucking do? And then last year, at the Vodafone Comedy Carnival the night before, I boiled a heap of ribs, but I made up this fucking brine with salt and sugar and all the rest, and it was fucking massive, big fucking thing. It took forever. And then as I started to think about it, and I was like, and I found I'm kind of cheating on Brendan Healy Butchers, the greatest butchers in the world, which have moved now to Bancha Village, if anybody's looking for him. He's flying it by all accounts.
I kind of cheating on him with the ribs because I got fucking ribs and new butchers down the road from me. But here's the fucking trick, lads. Here's the trick to barbecuing fucking ribs. Now, very fucking simple. Don't be smoking them for 5 hours. Don't be doing any of that shit. I'm going to make a video. And it'll be me cursing the whole way through it. But I'll show you. I'll show you exactly the ingredients. But you can go ahead and buy your favourite barbecue sauce. Get a jar of barbecue sauce. Or a fucking bottle of it or whatever. Get them ribs from the butcher. Chop them in half. Fuck them into the pot. Fuck in the barbecue sauce. And then pour in water. Boiling water in over. Or cold water in over it. And just boil the fucking thing. Just enough to cover it. So now you have barbecue water. Simple as that. Boil them in it. Soft boil for an hour. Take them out, sit them down for 20 minutes, wrapped in tin foil. Reduce your barbecue sauce. You get the same barbecue sauce. It's now got loads of tasty fucking barbecue or porky fucking vibe in it. Reduce it down because it will be still a bit watery. Reduce it down. Butter it all over your fucking bios. And if you don't have a barbecue, just fuck them in under the grill for a minute. You know, take them back out, baste them, fuck them back in under the grill, baste them. Just do it a bunch of times. It'll be fucking ridiculous. I'm going to do a video, but that's kind of the rough way. I'll show you how to make your own fucking barbecue sauce too. It's a piece of piss. Really, just getting the ratios right is the only fucking thing. Anyway, we've been overrun by giant fucking beetles and bugs all over the fucking place. It looks like this storm is going to absolutely fucking blow my fucking tits off. So, without further ado, I will be back next week. I'll have a Ramble Pod on Tuesday. That's happening. But I'll be recording with Owen Colgan, will be next week's guest. So, thanks very much again to my Patreons. If you do want to fucking subscribe to the Patreon channel, fucking, of course, you'll get this stuff earlier. You'll get it ad-free. And if you haven't heard, there's the back catalogue of the Tom and Jerry show. Typically, there's a video done with this every week as well. And that exclusively goes to the Patreons. I'm going to have a promo code too for tickets for Caveman. That is purely for the Patreons. Also, there's a Tea Republic shop and merch. So if you have some moo you want to give towards the podcast and buy some fucking t-shirts with my face on it, fucking do it. Do it. Well, there's some ones that don't have my face on it that have some cool logos as well. So that's up there too. You'll see it in the show notes. It's just go to Tea Republic and look for Buckshot. tearepublic.com/Buckshot. And it'll take you right there. Patreon.com/Tom O'Mahony Buckshot. If you want to follow me on any of the social platforms, go for it. Tom O'Mahony. You probably do already. This is obviously on every other fucking podcast, fucking network you can get your tits on. So if the one you're on you don't like, go find one that's fucking better. Because sometimes people just play it live in fucking Google Play. You know, go find Acast, Spreaker, fucking SoundCloud. It's in all of them. And it'll pop up on your phone. Hit subscribe, lads. Hit subscribe. If you want to contact me in long form, do. Or just write me one on fucking Instagram. I'll hit you back. So fucking send me on stuff in chatty snaps too, which is Tom Bear O'Mahony. Failing all that, don't contact me at all. There you go. Right, gang. Good luck. I'll talk to you next week.